Thank you for joining us this morning. I hope all of you are enjoying a great reInvent. I'm super excited with all the announcements which have come out in the keynote yesterday. Matt Garman has publicly said 3 things this week. He said many things, but I would like to say 3 things. Partners are our co-inventors. 2, I'm encouraging every single one of our accounts to have a partner involved in everything they do. And 3, we're making large investments in AI. Now, if I combine all those 3 statements together, we want to make that vision a reality, and that is what we're here to talk to you about, the partner matching engine and how it combines those 3 things and tries to get every partner into every customer account. And that's what the 3 of us have been obsessing over the last combined 15 years between us. I'm Abhishek Lahoti. I'm the Director of Partner Engineering. I've been with Amazon for 10 years and with AWS for the 6 years. I've been obsessing over AWS partners. I have Luca Certini with me. Luca Certini is the Senior Manager of Partner Services. He has been, I would say, the founder of the partner matching engine. That's what I like to call him. Then we have Vinny Koo, who is the Principal Product Manager Tech. She is the one who works on the partner matching engine day in, day out. Between the 3 of us, like I said, we've spent about 15 years combined obsessing over this problem statement, iterated with our field sellers, and this is the first time ever we're going to talk about partner matching engine publicly. So thank you for showing up. I know it's a trek to get here, and we appreciate you being here. Can I have a show of hands? How many of you are AWS partners? Almost all of you. That's great. How many of you have received at least one AWS customer referral in the last month? Getting you a new customer opportunity from AWS. Okay, that's good. Okay. How many of you have received 50 in the last month? I see the hands going down. I see one of them, so that's great. This is the equation we would want to change, and that is what we're going to talk to you about today. The other way to look at this is what is the best fit partner for every given customer use case. But the bigger question to do this is, to answer, is how do we do this at scale? And that is what partner matching engine is. That is our solution to do this at scale. To reiterate, partner matching engine is not a partner-facing capability. It is an AWS field staff-facing capability. What it does is in the flow of work, when they are in a given customer account or a given customer opportunity, we recommend partners and partner products to them based on years of effort in fine-tuning our algorithm and machine learning behind it. At the end of today, I think one thing which I would want all of you to take away is this one message. Data is your go-to market. And the reason I say that is because partner matching engine uses data which you have shared with us about your customer engagements, your fund requests, your case studies, your validated solutions, and utilizes that by matching it with the right fit customer. Today's presentation, we're going to break into 3 different segments. The first one is going to talk about consulting partners and SIs who are trying to co-sell with AWS. The second segment is going to talk about ISVs who are trying to drive product-led growth on AWS Marketplace. And the third is startup and SMBs where every AWS customer referral counts. So we've something for everyone today. We will also demonstrate the partner matching engine demo. This has not been shared till today, so tighten your seatbelts for that. Starting off with the consulting partner use case. Let me break it down by giving you a practical example. If you have a use case of a telecom industry enterprise customer based in Japan trying to set up a security incident response in a forensic service, we all know AWS security, or security in general, is job zero. And companies today want to ensure there's almost zero downtime and they're able to recover from incidents and minimize disruptions to almost zero, right? Now, how do you choose an AWS partner for such a customer use case? All of you have spent maybe years in driving specializations, getting a security competency, for example. You have shared case studies with us. You've listed validated solutions and practices with us. But does that get us the essence of this customer use case? We all want to go back to, is this helping us inform that this partner or this partner product will be able to solve this customer use case? We spoke to hundreds of AWS sellers, and I know Luca and Vinny have spoken to a lot more. And each of them told us there are 4 different parameters which are very critical in understanding if this is the right fit partner or partner product. When we talk about expertise, how does AWS measure it? We look at AWS competencies, service designations, as well as certifications. How do we know that the partner is responsive? This is based on your data. If your pipeline health is not progressing, that's an indication and signal to us that, hey, the responsiveness is going down. Or vice versa, it's going up. A deep understanding of customer use cases, and finally, proven experience. The 4th one is very, very important. It does not matter in this example, if I have to take it back to this example, you don't need to have hundreds of wins to demonstrate success. Even if you have a couple of wins or even one win, which is very specific to the customer use case at hand, you will be part of the conversation, you will be part of the algorithm. It is not a simplistic recommendation. We've spent years in iterating it, and the intent is to find and solve the customer use case. How do we get this data, right? Like I said, prior success is based on data which you share with us on Partner Central through the co-selling capabilities on ACE, or your offers on Marketplace, or your fund requests which you submit where you're actually getting realized revenue and receiving funds against, say, a migration. So it is not just one data source. Every touch point of yours in how you engage with AWS is being utilized to train this model. And obviously, there's a lot of parameters which go in, and highly specialized partners which fit that use case are recommended. Let me peel the onion a bit more for you. I'm going to go into a bit more specifics of how it actually works. So we use a hierarchical approach to solve this problem. The first is the customer problem, or what we say is the customer problem classification. We look at the industry of the customer, the size of the customer, what is the specific use case, what is the past purchasing history of the customer, what has been that pattern looking like, what kind of partners have they worked with in prior engagements, and try and identify what is the use case the customer is trying to solve in this instance. The second step to it is the partner matching. A second model considers various features like the opportunity text from a customer to all the partner information I just spoke about, and tries and matches the expertise of a partner with the customer use case at hand. But where it gets really precise is the third part, is the product selection. So we don't just stop at, hey, this is the right fit partner. We actually give them, hey, this is the marketplace product which is actually going to solve your use case. And how do we get to that? We are able to transform the opportunity text and all the product descriptions you've shared with us and create embeddings. Embeddings are nothing but, think of them as fingerprints of text, helping you understand what is the true meaning behind it. And the customer use case and the similar embedding you have from a partner product, the higher likelihood that that is the product which is trying to sell or solve that use case. And if I have to circle back to the use case at hand, we are able to identify, hey, partners who've had prior success with the similar cohort, say in Japan, with a similar size customer in that industry, and have solved security problems and are able to make them part of the conversation. And it is just not based on relationship with field staff at that point. Now I'm going to hand it over to Luca, who's going to talk to you about ISVs in Marketplace and how Partner Matching Engine is relevant there.
Thanks, Lahodi. So let's now switch gears and really focus on how you can get your product to grow and generate customer demand automatically for you. So in other words, let's talk about product-led growth on AWS Marketplace. Before I go through this slide, though, by show of hands, can I see how many of you are currently selling on AWS Marketplace? I see it's about maybe 50% of the room, which is great. Congrats on doing so. My hope, though, is that by the end of this session, we will have given you enough strategies, enough insights, and most importantly, enough data to convince you that you need to be leveraging AWS Marketplace to maximize the likelihood of success of your co-sell engagements with AWS. So now, back to the slide. Firstly, if you're not listed on Marketplace, you want to change that. You want to list all of your products, no matter what it is, on AWS Marketplace. And the reason why that's so important is because by listing on AWS Marketplace, you are entering a vast array of AWS offerings globally. You are exposing your products to literally millions of customers and prospective buyers that are looking to procure, analyze, and deploy third-party offerings. Next, you want to optimize all of your product detail pages. So one of the things that we're really proud about AWS Marketplace is that our catalog continues to increase. There's thousands of listings, there's thousands of options, some of them very nuanced. And so ensuring that your PDP, your product detail page, is optimized for maximum engagement, maximum discovery, is essential to generating that customer demand. And so leveraging features like free trials, demos, and pay-as-you-go methods are critical because they signal to the customer that they can engage with your listings pretty much in a risk-free manner. And features like that is truly what converts those customer outreaches, those leads, to active subscriptions. Because we all know this is really where the rubber meets the road in terms of revenue generation. And we're going to share with you insights from PME that can help you maximize the potential of your AWS Marketplace listings. So I'm going to venture a guess that all of you in this room have heard that at AWS, we work backward from customers. And that's very true. But we go beyond that. Even our recommendation engines work backward directly from customer needs. PME employs a very sophisticated analysis of how customers search on AWS Marketplace and other domains. But we don't just look at the keyword inputs. We don't just look at the query or the string. We really try to understand the intent behind that string. And the reason why that's critical is because if we understand the intent, we understand the need. And if we understand the need, we can match that need with the best set of third-party offerings across the entire catalog for all customer use cases. And that's very, very powerful. Next, I talked about product listing optimization. And Lahodi also hinted at why opportunity descriptions and on Marketplace product detail descriptions are so important. And I really want to emphasize this. product detail descriptions are not just for customers to read. They are often the first point of contact between your offerings and customers, but also they provide vital data points to our LLM model that PME uses to scan customer queries and match them against the description of your products. And so when you craft in those descriptions, think beyond marketing speak. Use benefit-oriented language. Be precise, be detailed. Use a language that customers can connect with, because that is what our model is going to use to make recommendations. Next, we look at firmographics. So just to deep dive on this a little bit more, we look at whether the account is an enterprise-grade account or a startup. We look at whether they need local execution capability versus global. We look at the deal size. We look at the price point that they've usually worked at in the past. We look at their industry vertical. And all of these variables are combined and analyzed by Partner Matching Engine to make a best fit recommendations. And then finally, we look at the customer cloud journey. And what we mean by this is it's very, very important for PME to understand, are we trying to match an enterprise-grade account that's looking to add, say, a SaaS solution to a complex product portfolio and deploy that within a global infrastructure? Or are we looking for partners to serve a startup that's just beginning to migrate a couple of databases from premises to the cloud? The reason why that's critical is because those engagement models are extremely different. And so we want to make sure that we match you with customers that you want to serve, so that the post-procurement support, the experience, is a win-win for you and AWS customers. So now that I've gone through all of this, I want to share something very exciting that Lahodi is going to show you in a minute. But Partner Matching Engine does not passively wait for your products to be discovered by sellers or by marketplace buyers. It proactively promotes you directly within the tools that AWS sellers use every day to make partner selection decisions. And think for a moment about how powerful that is. AWS sellers usually hold the relationship with the end customer. They understand their challenges, they understand their needs, and having AWS sellers pick your offering and promote that offering to the end customer is the best way to convert them. It's the fastest way to revenue. And we're trying to do this at scale globally for all accounts through the Partner Matching Engine. So before I pass it over to Winnie, I just want to give you a quick example of a product detail page that I think employs the strategies that I've talked about fairly well. So there are a couple of things that really stand out to me about this listing. The first one is that it starts with a clear, comprehensive, and detailed description that highlights a customer benefit from the get-go. The first sentence says, 14-day free trial. And what that tells a customer is that they can just click on this and try it, risk-free. And that's important. Driving that funnel, moving the decision closer to procurement is what we all want. Next, besides having a detailed and comprehensive description, as I said, it uses the right language. It's specific. It says things like enterprise-grade financial operations. So it makes it clear who this solution is really targeted toward. And then on the right side, it also provides delivery method. It provides all of the relevant tags that the buyer, as well as our recommendation engine, needs to ensuring this solution is surfaced appropriately. So with that, I'll turn it over to Whitney, who is going to deep dive what PME can do for smaller companies.
Thanks, Luca. Where are my startups and SMB partners here? Raise your hand. Keep your hand up if you're a software partner. Keep your hand up if you're a services partner, or raise your hand if you're a service partner. Great. I know that many of you here are first and foremost joined AWS to find new customers. Some of you also come here to earn service validations because earning that AWS expertise can make you outstanding to different customer bases as you're trying to break out into those segments. And many of you also come here to learn the latest industry and cloud adoption trends, right? We publish all of our blogs and insights directly from our AWS partner network. And of course, everybody in this room here today and at re:Invent are here to network with industry and technology experts across AWS, customers, and other partners. So far, you have heard from Luca and Lahoti that Partner Matching Engine learns from data. And this might leave you wondering, if I'm a smaller company, does Partner Matching Engine recommend me? Will it learn from the data that I share even though I have less of it? The short answer is yes. And I will walk you through 5 key elements, I think that Luca and Lahoti already mentioned, and how you can use those to help you differentiate yourself across the marketplace for AWS customers. So first, going back to the software companies, having ready to deploy applications that solve a customer need. So on that marketplace listing, when you have these actions like free trial, pay-as-you-go demos, all of these customer interactions, help us capture that customer intent so that we know what kind of customers are looking and engaging with your solutions, and that is included in the model. Next, having competitive pricing options. So like I mentioned, pay-as-you-go and different self-service options engage one kind of customer segment. For other types of customers, you might work with a channel partner to build a custom private offer so that you can package both the professional service and the software deal into one big package. Third, ease of deployment and billing. What does that look like? Smooth procurement is important to customers, and when you're on the AWS marketplace, it creates an easy channel for buyers to engage with AWS services and to also engage with your AWS service. Then fourth, for the services partner, cloud experience and expertise matters. As mentioned, customers consistently look for partners that are specialized in AWS. And additional credentials, I know you go through well-architected and service validations, provide that additional proven insight about your expertise. When we talk to our AWS sellers about introducing partners new to them, they are more than happy to engage them if they have the right availability and localized specialization for that particular customer use case. And finally, speed matters. I know we talked about ACE, we talked about marketplace, and your ability to accelerate customer value through the pipeline deals and that time to close really matter to our AWS sellers when selecting a particular partner. So to recap, Partner Matching Engine algorithm learns from the data you share, and it reinforces the best practices that you already hear from our specialists and development experts, right? So the efforts that you do invest in specializing and differentiating by use case for each customer and driving product-led growth all in turn generate the data to inform the model. Next, I'll hand over to Lahoti to play the demo that we mentioned and share some insights from our account teams.
Thanks, Winnie. Thanks, Luca. You've heard from the 3 of us. We said a lot of things. Just don't believe us. We're going to show you a demo. This is live with our AWS field staff, and we've generated thousands of AWS referrals through the Partner Matching Engine. And we believe we're just scratching the surface. So.
Now that you've learned about the history behind the partner matching engine, I would love to take you through the product in action. So the first thing you would want to do is to pull up a customer opportunity page within AWS Central. APO Engineering has partnered with the AWS CRM team to ensure that recommendations are presented right within the tools that our sellers use every day. If you scroll down and look at the right side of the screen, you'll see within the Recommendation Center widget, PME provided recommendations. We present ACE-eligible consulting partners, as well as US marketplace listings, 5 of each. Within these recommendations, we call out competencies, services, locations. And if you want to learn more about this recommendation, you can expand this menu to see reasons why this was recommended. The call to action for consulting partners is straightforward. You can literally click on Add Partner, and you can attach this customer opportunity to this partner directly within this. For marketplace listings, again, we call out, for example, if this customer has worked with this marketplace seller before, the programs that they are eligible for, whether they are ISBA partners, and so on. The call to action here is different because you can attach a marketplace listing to an opportunity per se, but you can begin a conversation between a potential buyer, so the account, and the seller. Switching gears, what I just showed you speaks to in-flight open opportunities, specifically AWS originated opportunities. Nevertheless, we know that there is a need to present partners even when opportunities aren't available yet. And so PME also surfaces partner recommendations directly within the customer account. Once again, these are going to be located on the right side of the screen, and you can see there is again a split between consulting partners and technology partners. Here we call out, for example, how many times been recommended as the top partner for all the open opportunities associated with this account. We call out the number of opportunities launched within a region, aligned with the industry, and so on, so forth. And we do the same thing for technology partnerships. The call to action here is to be partner obsessed, to think partner first, and to use these recommendations to begin a conversation, either directly with the partner by clicking on Email Partner, or with the partner PDM.
What you just saw was AWS Central, and in the flow of work, AWS sellers discovering you based on data which you have shared. We're not going to stop with what we've done here. We're going to continue to iterate on it, and our AWS field staff are loving what we have at hand. What I love about this first quote is the fact that even with newer technology and, like, say, new use cases around generative AI, partner matching engine seems to be working and identifying the right fit partner for any new technology shifts which happen. So it's just not based on years of work, but also on recent trends. This is another AWS field staff sharing a testimonial with us, the senior manager of the Cloud Sales Center. What I love about this quote is the fact that this needs to happen at scale. Everybody knows that while there are thousands of AWS sellers, each of them are managing multiple accounts. How do you get into each account? How do you understand, hey, which partner would fit this use case? And that's where partner matching engine becomes so powerful and saying, hey, we can really scale and get every partner into every account to solve the right customer problem. I'll hand it over to Luca, who's going to talk to you about what you can do today to start maximizing this.
Thanks, Lahodi. So I'm going to venture another guess, and that is that some of you are thinking, all right, PME sounds cool, but really what I care about is how do I get my product to be the one that shows up? How do I get my solution to be recommended among those 5 or to be recommended to a potential buyer? This is the number one question that we get, that I've gotten at reInvent in the past couple of days, even prior to the session, talking to some of you. They were asking, how do I get there? And so, very excited to share some best practices that you can that you can implement today. And let's break them down one by one. So the first one, complete a CRM integration. So you have multiple options. You can use the traditional CRM integration that we've made available. You can use AWS's own APIs, or you can even use an AWS partner that specializes on creating those integrations for you. The one thing that I want you to take away from this slide is that having a fully integrated pipeline is not a nice to have. It truly is a game changer to the growth of your business. Data indicates that partners who are CRM integrated are recommended 50% more often than comparable partners who are not CRM integrated. Think about that for a second. That's twice as much. And the reason why that's so important is because when you are CRM integrated, you are providing a wealth of data in real time to PME, and PME can use that data to dynamically adjust recommendations on in-flight open opportunities. Next, I've said this already, but I just want to re-emphasize the importance of listing in AWS Marketplace. Listing is not just about giving you visibility. That's important, but that's not the key factor. The key message that you're sending potential buyers when you list on AWS Marketplace is that your solution is ready to go. It works. It's integrated with AWS services, and a customer could potentially discover it, analyze it, procure it, and deploy it within their infrastructure within minutes. And so listing on AWS Marketplace accelerates deals significantly, among other benefits. But the other one that's related to PME is that when you list it on AWS Marketplace, you get recommended, on average, 50% more. 50. Now, this is arguably everyone's least favorite best practice. And I can understand why. But maintaining a high quality data hygiene is one of the most impactful things that you can do today. It is often considered a basic housekeeping item. It is overlooked. But as Lahodi said, data is your go-to-market asset. PME can only use what you feed it. And if you feed PME with high-quality opportunity and marketplace deals data, it will produce high-quality recommendations for you. But what does high-quality hygiene mean? It means be specific. If you've done a deal with a customer, tell us exactly how you help that customer succeed. Be specific in opportunity descriptions. Be specific and we'll talk about product tags, but add as much data as you have across all of the engagements, because we scan all of them, and every data point counts. Last but not least, as I said, the AWS Marketplace catalog, and more broadly, the partner network, continues to grow. We continue adding nuanced use cases, new geos, new partners join the network every day. And we will continue to do that because our customer base continues to grow and continues to become more and more nuanced. And so standing out is extremely important. And as Winnie mentioned, one way that you can do that, one concrete way that you can signal your competency is through specializations. Competencies, service designations are not just badges that you get on your product detail page. Our customers understand the value of you having gone through those rigorous processes, and they know that if you are specialized in some ways, they can trust you more, and they can shorten those deal cycles. And here's a phenomenal data point that I want to share. Partners who have achieved specializations get recommended by PME 15 times more than partners who do not have any specializations. I'm going to pause there. 15 times, not 15%, and this is not a typo. 15 times is the difference between 5% and 95% of the time having your solution be the one that shows up for AWS sellers and customers. And think about the impact that that can have on your business growth. So I just want to recap it. I want to put it all together and show you the impact that implementing these best practices can have for your company. A 40% boost due to AWS Marketplace listing, 50% boost due to having a fully integrated pipeline, 15x boost due to demonstrated competencies through specializations, and finally, data hygiene, ACE data, product tags, making sure that you keep your solutions updated, metadata, as you update your listings, ensure that they continue to be rich. Because once again, data is your most valuable asset, is your go-to-market when it comes to being recommended. With that, I'll pass it over to Winnie.
Thank you, Luca. So far, we talked about several data points that we are capturing in Partner Matching Engine, and we're continuing to iterate and improve on its accuracy and relevancy. So based on our account team's feedback, here are the top requested features. One, expand sources for partner capabilities. Right now, we mentioned ACE and Marketplace. Think about what is missing. Next, complementary solutions. This goes back to having the professional service going with a software listing or a direct integration of a service offering from a third party with the first party AWS service. And third, customer demand and partner capacity. This is super interesting because right now, Partner Matching Engine is recommending partners that are currently available. How can we predict where we have customer demand, where we don't have partners available? That is a very interesting challenge to solve, and that's what we would love to incorporate into the model. And let me dive into a few of those examples of data sources that we're going to add. So firstly, we're going to include case studies and solutions. So to be frank, right now we do not train specifically on case study material and also the partner solutions listing, but that is something we're working on. The customer case studies really provide the proven customer expertise so that we can showcase your specialization directly to the customer, not just at the specialization batch level, but at the local industry and customer use case level. And second, about complementary solutions. This is how we're thinking about finding complementary solutions. And going back to the product association and ACE hygiene, as we launch that opportunity to solution tagging requirement next year, we will have data to train on that's beyond just the opportunity itself. When you have a solution or marketplace listing associated with that co-sell opportunity in ACE, all the information around the solution can also supplement what is already on the opportunity. Then third one, improve your ACE operations. So all of the data about your current open pipeline, about your ability to realize revenue through co-sell and your ability to accelerate that deal end to end, All of that information needs to be incorporated to reflect capacity. And one more thought around customer data and partner capacity, just as a preview. We want to be able to surface where we need partners by industry and by location and by use case directly back to you as well as we incorporate the model so that we can build a map of our current partner capacity network and then give you the insights as to where we foresee customer demand and where we need our partners to come co-sell with us. And I know we really covered a lot of topics, and here's where you pull out your phones and take a picture. So we talked about CRM integration and marketplace listing. The automations page will give you all the resources that you can access to help you automate that workflow so that you can list more faster and update your CRM easily with ACE. Then the AWS competencies is where you can find the program benefits. Currently, we offer competencies across industry, workload, and by use case. And there's all the resources available to help you understand what you need to do to earn those competencies. Then on analytics and insights, I'm linking a What's New post that's identifying some of the resources that we're actually exposing to you right now. So in our analytics and insights portal, now you can see how you're perceived in terms of your current pipeline capacity based on your open pipeline and as well as your launches. And for the partners who are currently specialized and ACE eligible, you will directly see AWS co-sell recommendation scores on the opportunities tab of the analytics insights page. So go over to the What's New post and navigate the links to log in so that you can see it right away right now. Then finally, link your marketplace and partner central accounts. We are bringing together the two portals so that we can actually learn from both of the data that you have already invested in so that you can access all of the insights across what you do in co-sell with an ACE and what you do in terms of product-led growth within marketplace. And for those of you that want to meet up with some of our colleagues who are the experts on those topics, I'm sharing a few lightning talks. If you're headed over to the Venetian this afternoon, we're in the partner booth in the expo hall. We've got our buyer marketplace product leaders that will tell you about how you optimize your listings for product-led growth. So Luca already talked a little bit about that. They'll dive a little deeper, and you can meet them in person to talk more. Then tomorrow, we have experts on CRM integration to help you automate sales cycles and show you the different options and benefits of CRM integration. Then tomorrow, PEX203, Luca will be back on stage with the ACE product leader to show you how you can leverage the data assets we already provide you to help you accelerate your sales operations. Did everyone get a photo? All right, so we are closing at the end of our talk. And while you have your phone up, please complete the session survey in your mobile app. And we will take questions right outside the hallway so they can get set up for the next session. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you all.